In a mystic land far, far away, there was a village that was in constant danger. The village was exposed to denial of service attacks. It was exposed to illegal access of internal data and unauthorized access to the inside network. Luckily, a witch living in a nearby castle was a computer whiz and decided to help the villagers. She separated the village from the outside world and she created firewalls that helped in stopping the trolls. She also made sure that the villagers can easily pass by. She worked in her castle for weeks and created three types of magical firewalls for the village. The first one was the fence of traditional packet filters. Then comes the mountains of application gateways. And finally, the sea of dynamic packet filtering. So, what did these firewalls do? Let's have a look at them. The fence of traditional packet filters acts like a gate or a router, and only those are allowed to pass who follow a certain set of rules. Just like the village, an internal network is connected to the internet via a router firewall. Only those packets are allowed to pass that follows a particular set of rules. The rules are generally based on source IP and destination IP addresses. The rules can specify many other things, such as protocol type, etc. But the fence was not enough to stop the trolls from entering the village because of a forest inside of it. Since the fence is only at the outside or the network layer, any troll pretending to be from the inside, that is, doing IP spoofing, can slip the router. Therefore, the witch then created the mountains of application gateways. The mountains were impossible to cross and can only be crossed by a trolley system. An outsider will have to request a trolley. After checking identity of the outsider, it will permit a person to get on a trolley and enter the village. Much like the trolley system, a user requests service from a proxy server. The proxy then validates the request as legal and forwards it to the private network. The request is then processed at the private network and the result is returned to the user via the proxy, or in our case, the trolley. This way, there was a log of everyone who is entering the village, since it is not possible to enter it without the trolley. But this takes a lot of time because the trolleys are slow. Next comes the sea of dynamic packet filters. The sea remembers the boat that carried the villagers out of the village, and therefore does not allow any boats that does belong to the trolls. The magical sea can also track the boats and decide if a boat is suspicious or not. The sea can prevent the ships from entering if it takes too long. Much like the magical sea, a stateful packet inspection firewall stops any response that was not requested by the user. It can decide if a response is suspicious or not and give timeouts to the requests. These firewalls helped to keep the village safe. The village was now protected and everyone lived happily ever after.